Hello and welcome to today's webinar. Today we'll be covering the Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2013 overview. If you have any questions, I'd ask if you could please keep these to the end and we'll cover them off. In front of you, you can see the Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2013 Role Center. If I go to the home screen for the Role Center, you can see that I am currently registered in as the Bookkeeper. I'm going to take you through each of the sections of the Role Center so that you can best understand how it all fits together and how you can use it in your day-to-day job. At the top left, we can see a backwards and forward buttons. These are used to easily navigate around the system. These are not undo buttons, but rather just used to navigate to the last page that you've been to. Whichever page that you are on, you will see that it is displayed at the top menu bar. Within this menu section, you are also able to copy and paste these and view any of the sections as you scroll through. There is also a search functionality. As you type, Dynamics NAV will filter the words for you. So as an example, if I'm looking for a trial balance, I can see my trial balance report immediately. If I wish to run the trial balance report, I can click on the left hand side and run the report. Alternatively, I can click on the right hand side and be taken to the menu path where the trial balance report is held. I can then copy and paste this menu path out to another program if I wish to. If I go back to my Role Center, you'll see as I flick through these screens that the ribbon bar at the top also changes for me. This ribbon bar is completely customizable by the user, and this is by the individual user. Any changes by the individual user do not affect the system globally, but rather affect only one user. The menu bar is divided into The ribbon bar is divided into sections so the users can navigate around it easier. As you can see, my home section is all my shortcuts. Actions gives me something to do. I've got to carry out an action on that particular page. If I navigate on that page, I want to find out something about a particular vendor in this case. And finally, I've got my reports. So I'm able to run any set of these reports that are on my shortcut buttons. If you wish to customize your screen, you are able to click on the home page, go to Customize, and customize your ribbon. You can select any of the available actions and you can add them into any of the available panes. What you'll also see with the ribbon, if I just move this down slightly, is that I have large buttons and smaller buttons. You're also able to set the default icon size to either large or small as you prefer. In the Role Center for the Bookkeeper, the activities that are most relevant to the Bookkeeper are shown here. These are shown as stacks of paper that you are able to see the number of tasks that you have due. In this example, I have 3 purchase invoices that are due today. If I click on this stack of papers, I am taken immediately to the list of invoices and I can see those invoices that are due or overdue. Using my back button, I can return to my Role Center. Within the Role Center, I've also got some shortcuts. I may have some customers and vendors that I'd like to keep my eye on, make sure that I've got their details close to hand. In this way, I can manage these lists. If I do not want to see the customers or vendors on this page, I can also edit this page. I can either click on the cogwheel actions here and remove this part, or alternatively, I can also click on my home button and customize this page. In this way, I can add and remove sections as I need to, or move them up and down. Microsoft Dynamics NAV also comes with a notification system. You can see this on your home screen. Any notifications that are placed against any of the pages in Dynamics NAV and are sent to a user will appear in their notifications. You will see where the note comes from, the date it was created, the actual note, and also the link to the page. If you double click on this page, you are taken directly to the page that it relates to. Within the Bookkeeper Role Center, I also have a navigation pane here. This is a shortcut pane, so I'm able to navigate around those areas that are most relevant to me. I can also save different views. For example, if I look at my customers, I can see a list of all customers. Alternatively, I can also view customers that only have a balance. In order to be able to save a view, I have to apply certain filters. Let's apply filters from my entire customer list to show only those customers that are in euros. If I expand the filter list, I can choose to show where my currency code is equal to euros. And you'll see as I type, the system filters for me. Here I can see all my customers that are filtered by euros. To save this view, I can click on Customers at the top of the screen and Save View As. The users have the option to rename this view as they wish and to choose which activity group they'd like to save it under. I'm going to save this under my home screen, which is the activity group Homes here. As you can see now, if I expand my customers, I now have the saved filter for the Euro customers. This means that I do not need to keep reapplying filters each time I wish to look at a view. Microsoft Dynamics NAV comes with a set of profiles that are standard. Of course, you can build your own if you wish. However, there are quite a few that you can choose from. If I type profiles into my search section, I can immediately go to the profiles that are available in the system. As you can see, there are quite a few of them, and you can choose the default profile for users. Alternatively, each user can have their own profile. Profiles range from anything from the president of the company to the warehouse supervisor to the finance-related accounting manager roles. Microsoft Dynamics NAV also integrates very neatly with other Microsoft products, namely Microsoft Outlook, the Microsoft Office packages, and of course Skype and Microsoft Link. For example, if I look at a customer, does choose the Canon Group. If I view the customer, the Canon Group PLC, I can see that I have a phone number here. You'll notice next to the phone number there is a sign for a telephone. If you click on this, the system will automatically launch your Skype, Link or other VoIP activated phone system and make the call from there. You can change this to whichever system you prefer to launch as a default. Not only do we have the customer card to view, throughout the system we have fact boxes that are available for us to be able to view different information. This is a quick way to scroll through any customer lists, item lists, vendor lists or otherwise, and to be able to find out all of the information required. Let's look at the Canon Group again. Here I can see that I have a balance against the Canon Group. I can view the outstanding order amounts and those that have been shipped but not yet invoiced, also those that are outstanding invoices. I can also view any notes that are against this particular customer, as well as any links that have been saved. Links is a functionality within Dynamics NAV which allows users to save files from a network or a SharePoint folder into NAV. To find out more information about any of these fields, you can click on the field and drill down into the entries that make up this field. In this way, it is very easy to navigate around the system. Let's take a look at the purchase orders for a second. What I can see here is a list of my purchase orders by status. I can also sort these purchase orders using the sort functionality, either ascending or descending by certain sort types. I can also filter these by any number of filters that I wish to add. In this case, I'm going to add a location filter for the green warehouse, and I'm also going to add a currency code of euros. Here I can see that I've got one purchase order in the list. If I do not wish to have my filter pane displayed, I can also minimize this. If I double click on this purchase order, I am taken to the purchase order page. Within this page, I can see that there are several fast tabs. If I collapse all the tabs, you can see these are General, Lines, Invoicing, Shipping, Foreign Trade, and Prepayment. Within each of these fast tabs, there is a promoted field for all of the information that you can see on these fast tabs when they are collapsed. This means that you do not need to have the fast tab expanded in order to find out what information is held on the purchase order. For example, here I can see purchase order 106014 is for vendor number 43698,547. If I minimize or collapse this fast tab, I can see my purchase order number, the buy from vendor number, the order date, and the status of that order. If you hover your mouse over any of these promoted fields, you will see what they are for. If you would like to create your own set of promoted fields, you're able to do this by customizing the page. We're going to customize fast tabs. In this case, let's look at the Invoicing fast tab and customize this tab. As you can see, the payment terms code has already been promoted. Let's raise the importance of the on hold tag and promote that. There is also an additional field for anything that you do not want to show as standard on your card whenever it is expanded. This allows you to show additional fields that may not always be necessary in the day-to-day workings. If I minimize my Invoicing tab now, I can see that I have no on-hold status here at the moment. Let's expand the lines of this purchase order. Currently, I have a single line for 1,000 pieces of mounting. Let's copy and paste this line. I can right-click and choose to copy rows, or alternatively use Ctrl, Shift, and C on my keyboard. To paste these rows, I can click in any open line, again right-click and choose to paste rows, or Ctrl, Shift, and V on my keyboard. This also allows you to copy and paste from Excel, providing that the columns are in the correct order. You can copy and paste rows or copy and paste cells. In this way, I'm going to do an additional 500 pieces of the mounting at a different unit cost, and I'm going to choose a different date on which I want to receive these these mountings. So you can see just how easy it is to manipulate the data within the system and copy and paste it so that you can add or remove lines as you need to before finalizing your orders. If you need to, at any point in time, for all pages in NAV, send them to Word, Excel, or email as an HTML attachment, you can do this. You can also print the pages directly to your printer at this point in time. Let's take this purchase order out to Excel right now. Here we see that the purchase order is exported to Excel and divided into the different tabs. I have my General tab with the relevant information, the lines that I have just created, all of the information in my Invoicing tab, and so on. All of the reports in Microsoft Dynamics NAV are also very well integrated with Excel, Word, and PDF. If I run a trial balance report, I can see the trial balance report on screen. I can also choose to save this as Excel, PDF, or Word. Microsoft Dynamics NAV also comes with a set of inbuilt KPI reports. You can choose to show these on your home page. You could choose to customize any of the pages and add these. However, the home page does allow you to see the charts in greater detail. Charts can be added or removed from the fact box panes. Let me remove my customers and add a chart pane in. If I choose to customize this chart, I have a series of built-in queries from Microsoft. You can build your own queries as well. As a very easy KPI chart, I can see the number of sales orders that are open and released. If I change my profile to an accounting manager profile and set this as a default role center, I can see that I now have a cash flow report that is displayed. I can choose to minimize my menus to expand the space in which this cash flow report is shown. I can also choose to drill down into any of the features of this report and change the views. As you hold your mouse over the report, you will see that the information is displayed that makes up the values within this. At any point in time, you can click on this and see then the entries that make up that information. In order to view the history of the documentation that has been posted, Microsoft Dynamics NAV has also got a Posted Documents menu. From here, you can filter on any of the posted documentation within the system. I hope that you have enjoyed today's webinar and that we'll see you again soon for the others. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask them now. Thank you.